So, guys, let's start. I will put the questions here. And as you already know, I will just talk for who are, are watching us on the internet. We are a platform to learn English with practice. This not is a meeting, not is a class. It's just a meeting for practice or English, and we are here to talk about the solving problems process. I like to put this topic in the work scenario, but you can feel comfortable to take this for your personal life too, don't worry about that. We already know each other, so we can start with the second question. Do you like to read for us, Felipe, the question, and can answer you?
Okay. So the second question is, do you know the real value of your results? Could you bring any situation? Yeah, currently I'm getting a lot of challenges in my job. So one of the values that I think that I bring to the company, to the team that I'm working on, is like uh, resolving the problems as they need. Like um, the developers need an environment to run the application that they are developing. So uh, I'm resolving that, providing them that environment in the cloud or in any environment that they need, and get the application up and running as easily as possible is what bringing value for for my job and for the job too, because they simple commit the code, for example, and that is built and deployed and everything else automatically for them. So yeah, I think that is it.
The definition of the develops guys, no?
Yeah, exactly.
I got it. Yeah, we really need you guys. Thank you for your job.
Yeah. Oh, no worries.
And you, Sam, could you realize this responsible of your job?
Yes, sure. Nowadays, I am in a lead position in my company, so I don't code anymore. I don't put the hands on the pasta. I don't know this kind of expression in English, but and nowadays I help all the tech team to deliver the results, and that's my main goal. I have to help my team to be free to produce and to deliver the project the projects and in deadline. I think that's my main goal. And this year I measure this. I have a kind of measure, and I think it's okay. It's a good year for my team, and I'm very happy about that.
So you not is a tech lead, you is more
No,
managed.
no. I am manager. I am manager. Yeah, IT manager.
Oh, it's nice. And it's important to have one person just think about the big scenario, no? Because when we stay focused in some tasks, sometimes we we don't realize the importance of the take some results. Maybe you don't use the thing how you idealize for that. You can make some different thing, but take the results, and put this in prod, and in the other moment you can improve that. And sometimes when you are focusing the problem, you can see another way to do things because you chose that, and that is the correct one for you. It's important to have someone who looks for you these others options, and may it can help you to choose another way to do things.
Yeah, and to focus in a task. It's impossible to work in one project at a time. We know, but we have to, as manager, I try to organize the things in order to the tasks for my team.
Yeah, nice. Guys, I am a software developer and I work as a backend most of the time, but I am a full stack. Nowadays I just use the low code for front end, and the backend is more important. Not is the real word, but is the constructor now in my company. So I focus my energy in that, and I work with the TypeScript, Nest.js, Next, AWS to use these things in my routine. So sometimes I will bring to you something like this universe, but feel free to put topics in the table for me too. Okay. I will read the next. So, can you realize the impact of your job for your colleagues? Use an example of your experience to answer. We already talk a little bit about, but I think it's nice if you use some example of your participate in some solve problems for the other people. So please take example. This is very nice to put in some interview, for example. So it's nice to practice too. And it will be nice. Start with you, Sandra, please.
Yes, as a leader, I try to create a safety environment to everybody, give their opinions, to feel free to I don't know, to ideas for the improving our process. I think it's a good way to stimulate and engage the people for the job. When someone feel that the manager, the leaders are listening to them, I think we have good results. In my company, we have engagement survey is from the company, but I personally do usually with my team, with some kind of little surveys about specific themes, and we have a routine too. It's a kind of routine from Scrum. It's a retrospective, a retro. Then we can listen the problems, the suggestions, the ideas. I think it's a good way. I think that's my main impact for my team, from my team.
Is some like to take the problems who they have in this squad or team, and propose some solutions, some ways to yes, try another in another way. Yeah, it's important.
Or sometimes some painkillers, just some painkillers, yeah. Because there is some pain that we can't do almost anything, but sometimes we can. It will not so bad.
Yeah. Yes, up the moral too. Then.
Yes.
Yeah. And you, Philip, please.
Okay. Yeah, I think that my job is like make the devs life easier. Like uh, generally, developers has a lot of problems with the environment where they are working. Like I'm currently working with a team that some of the devs using MacBooks, like the new MacBooks with and one processor, and others use another version, and others use Linux, others use Windows, and yeah, it is a problem in the environment because when they try to build the code, there's a lot of problems related to the libraries, related to the processor architecture and other things. So, for example, the project that I currently work on, I provide a solution for them to use it Docker containers, so everyone is working the same page in the same with the same architecture, with the same build, with the same version of things, and yeah, this is something really that provides a more productive for them and for me too, because they don't call me every time to, oh, how can I build that thing? How can I make it work? And yeah, it's something that I feel that's providing a lot of impact from my job for them.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. This is very nice. It's good
Yeah.
job. This is my little dream.
Yeah, it's something that I saw a lot of my job. So everyone needs to use Docker and containers, Kubernetes, something like that in their work. So yeah, it facilitates a lot the work.
It makes every backend smile.
Exactly.
But
Yeah.
not it was I don't know, not it was ever in that way, you know. When we start to use Docker, oh, it is crazy, you know. It's difficult to start, but
Yeah.
after that, it's a dream.
Yeah,
We can talk about that for
for
another.
sure. Yeah, it's a good topic to talk about.
Yeah, I will work about that.
Yeah, great.
So, in my routine, I think I solve problems, of course, because every time someone need to use the some endpoint who I make and have some problems to use that, and I go there and provide the documentation and explain how to use that documentation. And sometimes I change something because the front end could assess on the way how I make this. But I think the most important help that I can do nowadays is think about the products in the totally, you know, and my mindset is most full stack, so I can realize the front end problems. So I can don't do the bad way because that. So the most time I provide the good situation for them, and this is good for me too because I don't have already work it to do again. I think this is my big collaboration now.
Great.
And, and I don't know, Sandro, could you read the 41 for us?
Yes. Let me see.
And please answer. Sure.
Sure. Number 4, right? How many times do you feel bad because you are not doing your work? why do you feel that way? I think it's not very common for me. I don't feel. Sometimes I feel bad because we found a lot of bureaucratic process to deliver something, and we feel like frozen, kind of frozen, and we can't do the job. And I think that's the best, the worst thing we have in our job nowadays, I think.
Uh, I feel you. I already have had this type of situation in another company, and I feel how you feel too. It's very very bad for the process of the project and the team.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes we need to review all the chain. Is not specific in our area. We have to involve a lot of areas to rethink some process or
Yeah.
to create a new one, to improve a process, whatever.
Yeah, I feel so. Yeah, I don't really get bad in my job also because most of the time I feel that I'm working more than it's needed because yeah, there's sometimes that I work after hours, so uh, it's not needed, but I like to work after hours to like complete my job of the day, every task, but I don't really feel bad with something. Yeah, there are some situations like Sandra said that blocking your job and we feel something like uh, what I will do now. I, I how can I solve it? But there is no way to solve it. We need to wait for the other team, for the some other anything else that could unblock your job. So yeah, that's the I feel the same as Sandra, as the the times that we get bad in the feeling bad in the job.
I think this is a typical big company problem, because you have the many process to pass before you take some approvals and do things. And in my case, it's different because I work in a startup in the seed phase. So we are so young, and every time is for yesterday. Every 2 is for yesterday, and everyone is motivated to do the things the most quickly we can because we need the Serie A, so we we are working hard too. But I think sometimes I know I am working, but I am the type of person who needs to do things by my hands, because if I'm not doing anything, just watch something, present something, and discuss something, and I'm not working for me. I am share some opinions and discuss some things, and this is work too, but I need to put my hands to do things. And some days we have a lot of plan discussions or a lot of rethink product. It's important, and it's the moment for do that because we are seed yet. So it's good to think about do this in this stage because we are little, so we can make some changes. So doesn't will work us, but Some days we have a lot of moments of that, and I end my day, oh my God, I don't do anything. What I work today, and what is the problem with me today? And not even problem, it's just my schedule is full, you know. But nowadays I put this in my mind. This is work too, Julia. Take it easy with yourself. And I think this is my moment, not work, but working.
Yeah, I feel also because in the last job that I worked with, I feel the same because like I had some tasks and basically my manager uh, asked me, "Oh, please, um, like don't do anything for now. Don't do any code. Don't do anything. Just think. Just plan. Just document everything. And okay, oh, why? I know what I have to do. Please let me go." But yeah, it's something that we need to like bring for ourselves that it's part of our job. So it's not like we don't doing our job. It's part of our job. Yeah.
And if someone in the internet are watch us and have a dream to be developer, put it in your mind. You need to realize the problem, break the problem, and documentation the problem. And documentation, the first solution you think, and documentation the second, the third, and every idea you have, you need to put this in the Notion. I was say the paper, but we don't use paper. But put your ideas in there and discuss with your team. This is the big part of the problem, and solve them is the most simple one, you know. And just put the code is easy one. And just think. I just talk about that because I know we live in the moment who every person have a minute to think, oh, if I work as a dev, you know. So it's important to know how
Yeah.
we do every day.
Just to align the expectations. Just to align the expectations. It's better. It's better.
Yeah, that's true.
So I will read the 5 one first. Do you have many meetings during the day, or in your company not is that way? In my company, we don't have the obligation to participate in a lot of meeting, but we have access. We have the translucent transparency. I don't know the correct way. Culture, so we can talk about everything with everyone. We take access in the information, but we don't have the obligation to participate in everyone, just if you like. And we have the obligations meeting in the routine of Scrum, you know, just to planning and review the sprint you are working. And we have the, I don't, every 15 days, we have the engineer meeting to discuss problems engineer, and in the middle of this interval we have the work meeting, so all the company stay together to updates of the company, you know. This is the obligation one is just 2 in the month, no, it's not a big deal. And during the week, just the Scrum one. And for you, Philip? what is your routine meetings?
Yeah, currently it depends a lot of about the job, the project that I'm working on. There are some projects that have more meetings, others don't have a lot of meetings. But the projects that I'm working on, they don't have a lot of meetings uh, for the past month or the past year. I don't know exactly, but yeah, I simply don't have a lot of meetings, and I love it because it's not productive. It's having a lot of meetings every day is not really productive. So uh, we basically have two meetings from the DevOps team, like it's on Tuesday and Thursday, and um, it's only 15 minutes every meeting. So yeah, it's very quickly. And on the projects that I'm working, basically the teams have, um, yeah, there's a meeting every day, but they, I'm optional in the meeting, so I don't really have to participate in the meeting. I don't do so, and yeah, only if I really need it in the meeting. So yeah, it's great. And also, there are it's similar for your company, like there every end of the month, if I'm not wrong, there's a meeting of the company where there's an overview of the that month, and people discuss of like how the month's going, and yeah, something like that. So basically, there's not a lot of meetings in my company, and that's great.
In my case, I have a lot of meetings all day long. But talking about my team, they usually have meetings about projects and about troubleshooting in production, because we support the products in production. So sometimes we have to solve a bug, and we usually create virtual rooms to solve the problems. I think that's the main ones. In my case, I conduct or I lead more meetings to improve the area, to with another managers, with my boss. So I have my agenda, my schedule sometimes is full. Not today. In the morning, from 9 until noon, it's full, but I have some gaps in the afternoon.
Yes, it's nice because this is, in fact, this is most part of your work, you know, stay with the people and, provide the security ambient to talk about, discuss the ideas, and then put this in the board for start, you know. But for us, if we have a lot of meetings, we don't work. So it's important don't have a lot of meetings. But I realized that during the conversation, I remember one situation. So sometimes we have a bug too, and some things doesn't smell very good. So we make this meeting, but not as an obligation to, but is real. Every dev stay in the room when the when the book starts. Everyone stop the things and they go there, and we need to provide a solution. So this is most easy if everyone stay there for 15 minutes. We can see the thing, And if you just one or two stay there, maybe this takes hours, So we have this culture to help ourselves. So we every time have this not necessary meeting, but we go to help each other. And this is a good culture, I think. And
I have the same. I have the same. The company when we have some tools or some problems, everyone goes to one meeting, one virtual room, and try to solve it as fast as possible. And yeah, it's a really good culture from companies that like is the companies that are good in what they like in something that they try to deliver the best product as possible. Yeah, every company that know their products and know their teams uh, have to do something like that. Like
yes,
stop for a moment and let's work on this problem and solve it.
yes, and it's important because you can't work in our projects, but you can see the code and the time realize the problem, because you are the fresh mind in this problem, and sometimes this is how we need someone who never see the code, please. What?
Yeah.
And sometimes you can contribute to looking in a step away, see another point of view, and maybe contribute to the solution.
Yeah, sometimes we just need to put ourselves in the user position, and what the user done to make this problem, oh my god, I never see that before, and start to think about the ways how they get it this. It's nice. And this was the best moments in the work. Is worst, but it's good.
Yeah.
Usually we learn a lot with the solving problems. We learn a lot.
Yeah, and we have the habit to during this. We have most of the moments we have one person responsible to documentation that. So we are discussing and put the ideas, and someone are writing everything. And before this meeting, we up documentation postmortem and start to talk about this problem and solve them during the next sprint, and it's nicer for me stay in the middle of that with big minds and I'm the junior in the middle of this. It's nice. And I don't mention before, but in my company we have the culture to schedule one-on-one too, because we are all remoted, so we need to connection with the people to have these moments and not have any I don't know, any problem to be yourself in middle of the people who stay with you. So this is another plus in your culture too. And this is the one who I have a little worse about to work in a abroad company, because I think this is a Brazilian thing. I don't know. Maybe Philip can answer us about that and remove my curious.
Yeah. My company also has one-on-one meetings. So yeah. But it's really not. It's the second international company that I'm working on. So something like they don't really have this culture of like conversations. Yeah, exactly. Do like informal meetings or something like that. they are open for this, but it's not something common for them. Like they simply do the main meetings, the meetings that are about the project, the company, and that is it. Nothing more.
Straight to
But
the
yeah,
point.
yeah, exactly. But the company that I'm working now is really have a lot of Brazilians. So yeah, yeah, they like to be together and to have a lot of meetings, like not from uh, it, it, it's not in the same software of the company meeting. So they marking something in WhatsApp or Slack or by email and have another meetings and also presential meetings. They also do that. Yeah.
Oh, nice. Oh, it's a good place to work.
Yeah.
You, Felipe.
Oh, there's a lot of positions open in here. Please, I can refer you.
Ah, yeah. Okay, guys. Let me see. We already answered that one. Yeah. This yourself. Stop. I think it's the sixth one.
Yeah.
I will read that one. Do you see yourself as a sync person? You already try solve things async. Yes, I think I am a sync. I have the aptitude to use this Slack, and I am a little word to don't lose the conversation, you know. So I like to make threads. In middle of the personal conversation, I introduce threads. So this is the topic. Let's talk about this inside the thread, because I don't know, it's most easy to see the conversation when I think about this again. You know? I usually try resolve this async. And for me, sometimes this helped me to see the problem, you know. When I start to read the thing to ask something for another person, sometimes in the middle of this, oh my God, I think it's that way. So I will, and I try, oh, is that? So problem. I don't need to ask for anything. And is that I have the aptitude to share. Oh, I was talking with you about that, but the problem is solved. But I try solve a sync. And you, Sandra, how is your routine that?
Yes, I think I was. I like to solve the problems in the moment. So I use it to be more sync. I like to, because I feel bad when I sleep with a problem. I don't like it. I think anybody likes, but I think I suffer a little bit with that. But today, I think I can do some things in async mode, especially because of my devs. Sometimes when I call them someone in the Teams, Microsoft Teams, I specific I put, you don't need to answer this right now, because sometimes they are coding or making something, and they stop doing just to answer me. So I think it's a good way. Don't need to answer me right now. Oh, or I have this answer right now. I specified the if I had is this important or not, so it can be done later.
Yeah.
We have the aptitude to use the WhatsApp, you know, what is necessary. If you don't have the WhatsApp, okay, take your time. And you, Philip, sorry for
No worries. the company we use Slack a lot, so I'm mostly async person too, because mostly of the problems we can solve through the chat. So yeah, sometimes some devs reach me and with through the Slack and hey, how can I do something, or how can I why is the build broke or yeah, something like that, and we can chat there and solve the problem without a meeting or something like that. I think that mostly of the problems are from this type, but there are some problems that simple chatting not solves, not is not sufficient. So yeah, we have to make a huddle in the Slack, or create a home, or do a meeting, something like that, and, and resolve the problem. But mostly of the part I'm working as.
This is a transition for me because I am ancient guy, so it's difficult for me work async, but I work async in a company who work async, you know. Everybody is looking the Slack, not is the thing to take away to solve, you know. So if I go to the company who not have this habit, maybe I start to be sync again, because it's important if you for you feel comfortable to work that way, the other people who works with you need to work in the same way, you know. It's like agreement.
We have to adapt ourselves to the cultures, companies' cultures.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I agree.
Guys, I think we have time for +1. So I don't know, Sandro or Felipe, could read the 7 one for us?
Yeah, can read. How much time do you spend to organize your ideas before solving something? It's a habit. Um, yeah, I feel like I have the app to organize my tasks. Like I don't simple wake up and oh, let me see what I will do today. I don't really know, but okay, let's see. But yeah, I have the app to think about it in the end of the previous day, like, oh, tomorrow I need to do this, I need to work on this, or work on this test or something like that. I don't have the app to write the what I have to do. I basically keep it in my mind. So yeah, it's something that mostly people of the people just like to do, something like have a Notion, have a notepad or something like that to write they to-do list, but it's not something that I do from my side, from my desk, for my for my everyday. So I simple think it, keep it in my mind, and the next day I work on everything that I thinking for the day. Basically, that's the way I work.
In my case, I have a to-do list. I write it down. Uh, I don't know, maybe because I have been working as I worked before as a project manager, and I study a lot of about coach too. And there are techniques to productive to increase your productivity, and I think it works for me. Uh, I try to write it down and put it in order that I want to deliver. I think process, my internal process of solving problems, especially when someone brings me a problem, I am trying not to answer, to give the solution. I try to ask, to make some questions, to help people thinking about the solution. No, I give the solution. I think that's my main point to work, because as a little anxious, I want to give the answer, but sometimes it helps, but it's not the best way to develop the skills of anyone.
Yes, I totally agree with you. I am starting my career. I don't have 1 year of experience yet. And for me, I don't feel comfortable when the people just give me this solution, So it's that way because I know it's that way, and make it, and it will function for you now. And for me, this is the the worst way. The best way is thinking the problem. What is your solution here? And what is the way to get this? And sometimes I learned with these situations to get the solution, and start to don't ask for help before I think about, So I think about, I try some solution in the Stack Overflow. I feel by myself something, and I try and I try again. And if I don't have the solution, I go and try be provoked, and I start the questions with more questions, not focused in the problem, but in the make some solution, and it is different. And I realized that the people answer me different when I started to do that. And nowadays I feel comfortable to ask things most frequently, because it's like a conversation, not is a give me solution word. Conversation is different. And in my routine, I am a to-do listing person too, but I work in a crazy way. I feel the day, and I construct my to-do list for the day, not for the week, because it's not as easy to see the next day, because just the day a lot of things changed, and I focus in the one day. And the end of the day, I just check my list, yes, I do everything, or I need 1 or 2 hours in the starting of the other day to remove my impediments of this. So just this. So I start my day solving some little things how I doesn't end in the day before, and planning my new day is most like days, because weeks is difficult for me planning. Everything changes every day, guys. What is easy?
Totally yeah.
Is it that's why bunny word is a challenge for us.
So I think we don't have time anymore. I will put in the chat the survey for you. Put your opinion about the meetings, and give me some ideas of subtitles to discuss here. If you have interest in to go more deep or not, let me know. And I will be happy to, bring some assumptions to discuss how feel you good in stay here, not just, I am here to speak English, but not is about something who I feel comfortable to talk, and who I have interest in. I like to make some talks who we stay together in the same line. And share your opinion about the meeting. If how you feel today, stay here with me. I will be happy to know.
For
It
sure.
was fantastic. Thank you for this day. Thank you for the meeting. You're really good in this team. You're really good leading the conversation. Good. Congratulations.
Yes, I like it too, Julia. Nice to meet you. Nice to meet you, Philip, too. I think we have a good time this morning.
Oh,
Yeah.
it's so nice to stay with you guys, and please come back and let's practice together and another times too.
Yeah, sure. Thank you so much.
Bye
Thank
bye.
See you.
Have a nice day.
Bye
Have a
bye.
nice day. Bye.
Have a nice
Thank you.
day.
Bye bye.
Bye.